Welcome to the Boxing Bookie. We are back. I'm joined by World of Wrestling. I want to break the news first. Shakur Stevenson and Floyd Schofield is off. Interesting series of events today. Floyd Schofield's father, or we think it's his father, tweeted from Floyd's account that he has poisoning and they poisoned him or something like that. But Floyd is out. He's sick, apparently very weak. I don't know all the details, but Floyd Schofield and Shakur Stevenson is off for Saturday. Guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Guys, please smash the like button. Join the Patreon. Link is in the description. When you join the Patreon, you also get access to the Discord. It's a lot of fun. You guys will get updated props and that. You can get Rip the Lock. We'll get another lock. You get access to the Discord. You get updated locks, live betting tips, and just communicate with the 3D Boxing family here. Yeah, I know it's crazy, guys. So when you join the Patreon, you get free access to the Discord. So make sure to do that. Also, when you're done with that, head on over to carnivalbar.com. That's carnivalbar.com. It's a meal in your pocket. The world's only high-fat, grass-finished beef bar that replaces a meal while on the move and stores for years to get your travel autonomy and freedom back. The Carnival Bar, carnivalbar.com. It's a nutrition of a steak, the convenience of a bar. Carnivalbar.com. Use promo code BOXING at checkout to save 10%. That's promo code BOXING at checkout to save 10%. So World of Wrestling, real quick, give me your thoughts on what's happening here with Floyd Schofield and Shakur Stevenson.
I swear to God, if I didn't know any better, I think that this, like, all the stuff that happens outside the ring comes across to me like WWE wrestling, like storyline builds, layers of stuff to hype up the fights. And like me personally, like out of the blue, he's all of a sudden sick. From what I read from an article, Stevenson's team thinks that Sheffield's kind of pulling out because he's worried about the fight, doesn't think he's gonna win now, or some kind of random idea in his mind. I actually had Sheffield. This is gonna sound crazy. I think Sheffield could have given him a run for money. Oh, Schofield. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I think he could have given him a run for his money. Personally, I seen what the kid can do and whatnot. I watched a little bit of what he can do. He's not bad. Now, a little off topic. It's for next week's fights. I'm gonna go all out crazy here. Everyone's gonna say I'm nuts. But I think Roach is going to beat Gervonta Davis. That might sound crazy, but I just got this weird feeling he might beat Gervonta Davis.
What up? What up, Oscar the Grouch? How are we doing? We're good. So Shakur Stevenson and Floyd Schofield is off. It's not happening. Which sucks because there was a lot of money to be made on that fight. I like the over. I just dropped the video on it too. I dropped the video, and 17 minutes later, that news dropped that the fight was off. So that sucks. You can still check out the video if you want. It's a good video. I break it down. They're trying to get
a replacement.
Shakur Stevenson, another opponent. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, or maybe it will. I mean, we got a couple of days left, but they got to bring him into Riyadh. It's a whole issue. It's not like just bring the guy into the United States who's already here. It's an issue. Don't know if they're going to be able to do it. I want to see Shakur fight. Too bad they spent Madueno on Durante, or he may have taken the fight. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I was actually like, at first, before I really cracked the tape, I was like, all right, Shakur's going to dominate this guy. I still think Shakur's going to win, and he's going to win wide. But when you really break down the tape, Floyd is a lot faster. He's quick. He's got really nice counter shots. Works his angles. He could have made a fight of it at least. I wouldn't pick him to win. It would still go the distance. I would still have taken. But Shakur Stevenson was plus 200. Shakur Stevenson by decision was, minus 200. That's a good bet. I really like that. There was a prop on the knockdowns. 1.5 knockdowns. Oh, that's going to hit. And that was like minus 230. And it was just the over, the fight to go the distance. There was a lot of good money to be made on that fight, and now the fight is off. So that kind of sucked. I'm going to get into what I like. Let's come up with something here to replace that with. But that fight's going to be hard to replace, guys. It really is.
Yeah, I already locked in my parlay. When I told you guys about the Bivol and Beterbiev fight going to over 10 rounds, and then Stevenson's fight going over 10 rounds, I locked that in immediately. So in case the odds went up, I would have already had it in a better situation with the odds. And now I'm just going to only get the one fight with for the main event, and that's it. The rest of it's just a wash for me at this point with that parlay, which kind of sucks.
All right, so let's get into this. Buatsi at minus 205. I like this bet. I think those are pretty good odds. I'm really confident Buatsi wins this. Zhang and Caballel. I like. See if we have the prop on it. I like under 9.5 for sure. Fight to go the distance. No, I love this bet at minus 170. Does the fight go the distance? No. I love this prop. I think this is a great prop. This fight's not go the distance. Either Zhang lands something big or Caballel breaks him down and stops him. I cannot see this fight going the distance. So this is a prop that I really, really, really like. I want to put
a straight bet would be good for that too. If you didn't want to put that in a parlay,
yeah,
wasn't hit.
Correct. I'm gonna put something. I'm gonna create a. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna create a poll real quick. Give me 1 second. Hang on. I'm just gonna ask what you guys like. Hang on. Give me 1 second. Beterbiev or let me create the poll. I'm just gonna ask Beterbiev or Bivol. Who are you guys picking? Simple poll. I want to see how this looks. Who wins?
It's gonna be a 50-50, man. I think Bivol's gonna win this time. I really do. I think Bivol's got the. I didn't see the first fight, but from what I heard, it was really close. So I think we're just gonna have another Tyson Fury and Usyk type fight here.
The poll is live, guys. Just vote. It's simple. Who wins? Beterbiev, Bivol, or a draw. It's really simple. I'm gonna go down this, and then World of Wrestling is gonna give you some UFC picks.
Yeah.
So let me just go. All right. So first, I'll start real quick with these two bets. Emiliano Moreno, I think, is a great bet at minus 370. This Gabe Flores fight, guys, don't bet this fight. Don't bet this. If you want to bet this, bet Jose Arellano on the money. At least he's paying plus 200. I don't like this bet. I think there's a 50-50 chance Flores loses this fight. I would not bet this fight. I would stay the hell away from this fight. I would bet Moreno, but I would not touch Flores and Arellano. Just a heads up there. That's tomorrow on Pro Box TV. All right, I got Buatsi. I got Caballel at minus 165, but the fight, the prop I like even more is where is it? Fight props. Fight to go the distance. No, minus 170. That's really what I would bet here. This fight I would wager is not going the distance. I like Virgil Ortiz in this fight. I'm going to run that poll tomorrow, but I like Virgil Ortiz. I'm pretty confident in that. So if you guys want to do a standalone bet on Verge, I stand on that. I like Virgil has got my. And then this fight. This is the fight we're going to attack now. Hamza Shiraz at minus 255. This is value right here. Hamza Shiraz is going to win. When I looked at this initially, I didn't love the odds. I talked to Chilltown. Then I did the video. I watched all the tape. Shiraz is a much better fighter. Adames is a good athlete, but little else. He's not going to win this fight. Shiraz is going to win this fight at minus 255. There's value there. I would bet this. So for our new parlay, Hamza Shiraz is going to be in it. This was our money fight, and it's obviously off now, which sucks. Dubois and Parker. I like Dubois, but I don't love the odds. Minus 300 seems awfully wide to me on what's a very close fight. I wouldn't hate betting Dubois, but this is not. I think there's better bets to be made than Dubois at minus 300. And this is the one I'm interested in. I like Bivol, but that's not what we're betting. All right, here's what we're going to bet.
The over 10 rounds.
Over 10.5, minus 280. So you guys tell me. I like this parlay. Hamza Shiraz minus 255. And Bivol Beterbiev over 10.5. There's also a knockdown prop that I like too. Fighters to be knocked down. Where is it? Where's the over under? Total knockdowns under 1.5. It's a prop. It's minus 230. So I like as a parlay, as a two-leg parlay. You guys tell me what you think. Shiraz money line, and then either one of these two, under 1.5 knockdowns or over 10.5 rounds. I like the over, but you guys tell me, you like the over, or you like the on the rounds, or you like the under on the knockdowns. Which bet do you guys like better? And we'll make that the parlay. But you guys got to let me know. So it's pretty simple. I'll run through this again. The bets that I like right now: under 1.5 knockdowns and Beterbiev Bivol. Over 10.5 rounds. I like to go the distance. Bivol money line. Dubois money line. I don't love that bet. I don't love minus 300, but I do think Dubois wins. Shiraz, love this bet. Minus 255. This is where we're going to make our money. Virgil Ortiz minus 125. I like that. Caballol to not go the distance with Zhang. I love that bet at minus 170. Under 10.5. You can bet that at minus 115. I would just take the minus 170. I think that's better. I think it's a safer bet. But watch the money line, and then we can get rid of this now. So that's a quick recap. Let me know what you guys think. I want to get to some of these, and then I'm going to let World of Wrestling take over.
I was going to ask you a question, Gary.
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
What do you think about this idea for a two-leg parlay? The Bivol Beterbiev fight going 10 rounds or more, the 10.5 over, and then going Virgil Ortiz with the minus 125 money line as your two-leg parlay. You got plus money right there.
Yeah, you could do that. I think the one that I gave is safer, but I'm confident in Virg. But I would say that Shiraz has a much better chance of winning than, I would give Virgil Ortiz a 75% chance. I would give Shiraz like a 92% chance. So I just think it's a lot safer. You could do that. I would say that's a good parlay. It should hit. But I think Shiraz is so safe after really breaking down that tape. So it's just a safer play that gives you good odds. If you break it down, hang on. I'll do the math right now. So I think one's got a 90% chance of hitting and one's got a 70% chance of hitting, right? So let's try this. So Beterbiev on the over is minus 280, right? And Hamza Shiraz was minus 255. That brings us to minus 112. All right, so $100 bet is going to make you $89. Now Virgil was what, minus 150?
Yeah, or 125 actually.
125. It does bring it up to 151. $100 bet makes you 150. It's intriguing. You guys can do that. You guys can do that. I'm going to stick with, look, I'm getting almost even money on my two-leg parlay. I can't see it missing. So you guys can do the math yourself, right? 90% chance Hamza hits with the over, 70% chance Virgil Ortiz hits with Beterbiev Bivol going over. What do you guys like? It's actually wider than I thought. But that's up to y'all. I'm going to lock in Shiraz as my lock because I just want to make you guys money this week, especially after our big money fight fell out. Tank is liking retirement. He has 1 foot out. However, Roach won't be the one. Roach has no shot in Tank Davis fight. Roach is a friend of mine. I know him well. I've interviewed him a bunch of times. I know him. I know his dad. They're great people. Lamont Roach is not beating Tank Davis.
You don't think there's no shot for Lamont Roach to beat him, huh?
No. They should try to pluck a lightweight from the Pro Box card. That's not a bad idea, Kyle. That's not bad. You have to get him now, like right now, because that card is tomorrow. But that's not a terrible idea. I've taken Anthony Cuba as an underdog. I like him a lot. Stevenson versus Shakur has been canceled. Yes, we were just talking about that. Muscles is in the house. What up, Muscles? What up, Muscles? What we doing? All right, we're taking Shakur out, obviously. But we're replacing him with Hamza Shiraz on the money line. I feel good about that. You like that? Oh, we don't have a replacement yet for Shakur, Muscles. There hasn't been a replacement named yet. I don't know if they're going to get one. Realistically, it's different than bringing him into the United States. It's much harder to bring someone into Riyadh. The paperwork, the naturalization stuff, it's much more difficult. I'm not saying they can't. What I'm saying is it's a lot more difficult, and the fight's only a few days out. 1 day is physicals. 1 day is a travel day if you're bringing them in from the U.S. or Mexico. Like, it's going to take a full day to travel. This is a tough thing. Unless you have someone who's already over there or something like that. This is tough on such short notice. I don't know that we're getting a replacement.
I got a question for you, Gary.
What's up?
What would you think of this? And I know this is far-fetched, probably won't even happen, but what if they were to have Shakur Stevenson take the spot of Roach, have him face Tank Davis in a one-on-one
Yeah,
fight?
they're not gonna
Yeah,
put Shakur Stevenson in the biggest fight of his life on a week's notice or 2 weeks' notice. Like they're not going to do that.
I mean, he was training and he's been talking about wanting to face Tank Davis for a while now too. So, I mean,
all right. So Miron says I think he'd be on the card. It's the biggest fight in boxing. They're not making. Oh, it's the best fight in boxing. We'll put it that way. It's the best fight. They're not going to make the best fight in boxing on 2 weeks' notice or a week and a half notice. I think he won't be on the card. Not enough time. I can't see. Crazier things have happened in Texas. I've been with the commission, and the commission turns their head and things happen. It could happen, but yeah, I would say the likelihood is like not at all serious. Like, it's not gonna happen. Like, I would put the odds on this fight of happening at -700. That's why I would put that. At plus 700, 7-1 chance it happens. Plus 700, this fight happens. They messed up. Shake my head. I don't, we'll find out the truth, or maybe we won't. I don't know what happened. I believe Floyd is sick. I know Floyd personally. I know him really, really well. I know he has trouble making weight. Well, I don't want to get into too much detail. Well, look, I don't know the truth of Floyd. What if he really is sick? What if he really had food poisoning or something like that? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, maybe we'll get to the bottom of this. Maybe we never will. I don't know. I don't think Floyd just ducked the fight. That's all I'm saying. Floyd pulled out. They are considering Musa Golem and Josh Padley. I mean, it fills out the card. It's not a good fight, but fills out the card. I feel bad for Shakur. So do I. It stinks that he can't get a fight going. They should have not had a backup opponent. Yeah, I mean, I hear you, Kyle, but coulda, shoulda, woulda. It didn't happen, and now the fight's off.
Nobody
sucks. I get it. It sucks. The only one I could think of that has been actively training for a fight and would be a better opponent for Shakur than the two they are suggesting his weight would be Kambosos. Anyone else? Yeah, but Kambosos' career is on the line, guys. Like, look, Kambosos is not. I would be shocked if Kambosos would fight a pound-for-pound premier fighter on 3 days' notice. It just doesn't seem feasible, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, could he do it? Maybe. Could they make the fight? Yeah, they could. But Kambosos needs a win. If Kambosos loses badly again, and make no mistake, he would lose badly to Shakur Stevenson if he had a 12-week camp. He's going to lose badly, right? Taking it on 3 day notice, fighting the quintessential boxer, the technician in the ring, it's not going to go well for him. And a bad loss would really damage Kambosos in this stage of his career. The odds are quite slim. If he was ill, why Well, he's saying he got food poisoning. Like, that's the thing. Why wait till the last minute? So it's very hard to get a replacement. His dad's pushing around saying Shakur team made him ill. I'm not going to put that on his team. I don't know. I have no clue. Let's say he actually has food poisoning. Well, he got food poisoning yesterday, and he's sick today. I mean, I don't know the truth. I don't know. Floyd's a friend of mine, a good friend of mine. If you go on my Instagram, I got 100 pictures with him. His dad, they're great people. I don't think this is ducking smoke. I don't, but I don't know. I can't tell you that for certainty because I don't know any of it. I found out just like you guys did. Cambos is not viable. He's fighting in Sydney. They won't do it. Yeah. No, I agreed. All right, I'm going to get to World of Wrestling. He's got some UFC picks for us. Let me get to the UFC, and then I'll take any questions. If the UFC questions, World of Wrestling will take them. All right.
So I have two guys that I am locked in on. I've already put these two guys in a two-leg parlay on the UFC card for Saturday. That's right after this event.
Canali. Go ahead.
So I have Gene Silva.
All right, where is he?
Here
he is. Minus 575.
Yep.
Got him. Canoli. Stop.
And then the other person I believe is going to do really well is Mansoor Abdul Malik. He's on the lower portion of the. Oh wait, you're going way too far.
Here he is. No.
He's facing.
Here he is. Minus 1050.
Yeah.
Canoli, you gotta stop or I gotta kick you out, girl. Come on.
Holy snap.
Come on. All right, minus 575 and minus 1050. It's not a terrible parlay. This will bring you down to minus 350. Oh, it's not terrible.
Wow. Abdul Malik went up a lot. I got
if we add Hamza
500 something.
We get down to minus 127, and if we add plus 143, there you go. There's your plus money parlay. You take the over 10.5 rounds on Bivol.
Yep.
You take Hamza, and then you take what are the names again? World of Wrestling.
Gene Silva and Mansoor Abdul Malik.
You feel good about these?
Oh, those two, yes, most definitely. I've watched them fight. They are really talented fighters, and their opponents are not at their level at all.
Here's your plus money parlay, guys. Plus 143, 4-leg parlay, mixed plus money parlay. 2 UFC bets, 2 boxing bets gets you to 143. So only 4 legs, which is pretty good to get to plus 143. So this is something I feel confident in my end. World of Wrestling feels confident in his end. So I feel good about this, guys. Let me check the poll. Let me see how this poll is going. Let me check this poll real quick. See who you guys like. All right. 16 minutes into this poll, y'all like Beterbiev, 56% to 44%. But keep voting. Keep voting. Let me know who you guys like. Beterbiev is winning this poll. Very close, though. This can change. I did not vote. I'm going to lay off. I don't want to influence the decision. But right now we got 56-44 Beterbiev. I don't know if everyone voted. I'll check back in on that. All right, let me get to the rest of these comments here. All right. Hey, who knows? I'm just pissed because I can't beat him. I hear you. I'm pissed because there was good money to be made on that fight. Like that card was going to carry like 2 of my parlays, and now it's gone. I was going to take the over. I was going to take Shakur on the money line on a standalone bet. I was going to have Shakur by decision. I was going to bet that fight 7 ways to Sunday, and now it's off the table. And I just did all the tape. And you know how annoying it is to sit there and watch Shakur Stevenson fights for hours? It's not fun, guys. It's not fun. I'm just tired of Shakur not fighting bigger names, and I realize this one isn't his fault, but you would think that at nearly 28 years old, he would have a big name. Why is Gary? Well, he's got names. He's got Herring. He's got Valdez. I know he doesn't have the names you want. He hasn't been at 135 all that long, which is where the names are. I agree with you. You wish his resume was better. You wish there was Tank or Loma. You know, you had Teofimo Lopez at that weight class. You had a bunch of guys. You had Devin Haney at that weight class. And he didn't fight any of these guys. Now, those guys are much bigger and they moved on, but they were at 35 at the same time that Shakur was at 35. And it didn't happen.
Davis at 135?
Keyshawn Davis is now at 135, right? And
I would love to see a fight like that.
And they're both with Top Rank, so it's an easy fight to make. Yeah, I wish I had a better answer for you. You know, we all know how talented Shakur is and how good he is, and we just wish he would fight better. I don't think the top names want to fight him. He's not a huge draw. He's not getting you $10 million, and you can't really beat him. And like here, for example, Shakur Stevenson fought Kenny Davis. It's a boring fight, right? Either Shakur Stevenson outboxes him for however long it lasts and then gets knocked out, and it's just a boring fight that ends abruptly, or he doesn't, and it's a boring fight for 12 rounds, and Shakur just schools him. Either way, it's not a fun fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, either way, if Shakur gets knocked out, it was a boring fight, and then one punch landed, and the fight's over. Or he doesn't land that shot, and Shakur Stevenson wins 120 to 108, and it's at no point entertaining to watch. But those are the two options. Neither one of them is great TV. You know, Shakur's style doesn't make him fan friendly. He's not a great, you know, he's not that he's not a great speaker. He speaks fine, but he's not out there. He's not boisterous. He doesn't talk a lot. He's not in your face, not selling the fights. He's a good fighter he's a great fighter who hasn't gotten the fights. And I don't exactly know why.
So Shakur Stevenson, I guess we could say, is the poor man's version of Floyd Mayweather.
I mean, yeah, it's not like yeah. That's going to be the natural comp. Although Floyd, especially in the small weight classes, was a much more entertaining fighter. He knocked people out. He was off the front foot. He came forward. He led with hook. Like, he did a lot of fun things. Shakur Stevenson is what he is. He's a guy that controls range, and you can't close the range on him. And Floyd Schofield is a guy that is like a little mini Sean Porter. He's in there, roughhousing. That fight, look, if the refs let him get away with roughhousing tactics, he could make it interesting. If they call it tight, he's screwed, right? Like, they don't let him push and they start taking points from him for the roughhousing tactics, he's done. But if they give him some room to work, I still can't see him winning, but it's a fight. All right, let me get through the rest of these. I like Nick Klein a lot. The odds are way too wide. I like John Silver, though. There you go. Klein is better than Schultz. He looked like he was going to break Malik, but he gassed. Is that correct?
Sorry
about it. Yeah.
No. Go ahead.
At this parlay, at them odds, Klein is the correct bet. Get Dennis Brenchik for Shakur. He only fought a few rounds. All right, let's get Brenchik in there. Shakur should just retire. He did retire. If you remember correctly, he did technically retire for like 6 minutes. Yeah, like he took the fight. He made the fight. It's a good fight. It's an interesting fight on paper. I do think he'll fight Keyshawn. I don't have anything good for you. Like, I don't have any good news on this. Like, Shakur hasn't gotten big fights. He's not a fun fighter to watch. I don't think people are clamoring to fight him for a number of reasons, which I named. It's tough with Shakur. That's what I'm saying. I think it's hard for me personally to tell how great he is because of his lack of competition he has faced. That's why I can't get behind that. He's a generational talent. Well, you got to prove your generational talent by being the best, and he hasn't beaten. He's got good names. It's not like his resume is dog water, but yeah, it doesn't have the names that you would want. It can't say he's a top 5 or 7 pound for pound guy because he hasn't pulled up his resume right now. It's not there. It's just It's not like it's a trash resume, but it's the same thing that I said about Triple G when Triple G was on the come before he fought Jacobs. All
What
right,
do you think of
Hunter
Oscar
Honyan,
Dante?
you can throw that name out. Edwin
Try
De Los
not to-
Santos, decent fighter. Yoshina, all right, you can throw that out. Robinson Conceição, Oscar Valdez. I mean, these are names. Jamel Herring, and then Nakatalia. Yeah, I get it. It's not blowing anyone away. It's not a trash resume, but it's not blowing anyone away either. World of Wrestling, any closing thoughts? And then I'm going to wrap this up.
Well, I was going to ask, do you think Oscar Dante could actually take out Shakur Stevenson? I mean, I know that Shakur Stevenson's the more skillful fighter, but from that fight I saw him have this past Saturday, he is just ruthless. He will not stop, and he's got a head made out of concrete. The guy's a tough son of a gun.
No, I don't think Durante could. I would pick Shakur to dominate that fight. The interesting one is William Zepeda. Zepeda's volume and skills on the inside, his ability to throw and land short shots on the inside. Could he trap him? Could he get him down? That's the interesting fight. If someone could use that style, if someone could roughhouse and maul Shakur Stevenson and take his legs from him, what Shakur does is he disarms you. You can't do what you want to do. You watch Shakur fight, and whoever's fighting him, his volume drops, his accuracy drops, and now he's missing, and then he's getting hit with a counter shot. It's like it makes you stop throwing. William Zepeda is not going to do. William Zepeda is going to be in on his chest, pounding away. He's not going to be missing on the inside if he can cut him off. That's what's intriguing about the William Zepeda fight. It's such a contrast in styles. That's the fight I'd want to see, but you can rest assured it's not going to happen unless Turkey Al-Sheikh wants to pay like $100 million for it.
Well, here's the thing. I think that the reason why I say Oscar is because I saw the way Oscar fought. He hit his opponent in the body a lot. When you watch Floyd Mayweather and Shakur Stevenson, their styles are kind of similar. I always thought that when I watched Shakur Stevenson in his early portion of his career.
How's he going to cut the ring off on him?
Well, I mean, Oscar De La Hoya did the same thing with Floyd Mayweather.
Oscar De La Hoya had maybe the best jab in the history of the division. How is Oscar Durante going to cut the ring off on Shakur Stevenson?
He's just going to have to take the shots and lose the rounds and knock him out. That's what I would think.
But how's he going to close the distance on him?
Move in forward and take the shots.
Yeah, but Shakur uses the whole ring. He's a master of controlling range. It's like a changeup pitcher, right? Like the changeup looks like a fastball. The fastball looks like a changeup. You can't tell. Shakur Stevenson makes it look like he's close enough to hit him, so you reach, but he's out of range, and he stands at a range where it looks like he can't hit you, but he's in range to hit you. He's a master of controlling distance. That's so you need a guy who can cut the ring off on him. Durante is a pressure fighter, but he's not a huge volume guy, and he doesn't really use his jab. So I don't know how he's going to be. He's not going to just bum rush the best mover in the sport. So you got to be able to close the distance and get in on him.
So basically, you're kind of saying that Shakur Stevenson might be a better fighter than Floyd Mayweather was?
No, I didn't say that at all.
Well, I mean, the way you're describing it, because Floyd Mayweather, you made him sound like he does it a lot better than Floyd, in my personal opinion, because I saw Oscar De La Hoya fight Floyd Mayweather live, and I'll tell you the truth. I mean, he went after his body and put him in the corner and beat the living crap out of him, but then took off on the gas pedal and gave up the rounds at the end of the fight.
Durante is likable, but he's mid. Oscar De La Hoya is a five division world champion. Yeah. He's one of the best fighters of his era. It's silly to compare Oscar De La Hoya, who's an all-time great, a legend of the ring, a guy that was pound for pound number one, number two for most of his prime, but behind Roy Jones, to Oscar Durante, who, like Macha Gavacho says, is likable, but he's mid. I agree. Durante is likable. He makes fun fights, but ultimately he's mid.
All right, fair enough.
I think the way you beat Shakur is absolutely not respecting his power and getting on. You got to get on there, and that's what I'm saying. Give me a guy that can do it. The only guy I can see doing it, maybe Schofield, right? Schofield's got the speed, he's got the power, but Zepeda is long. It's just naturally long, and he can cut the ring off on you because he's just on you. He's like, and then he's so he's got such relentless volume on the inside, and he's got skills, and he lands these short shots on the inside. Zepeda is the one that I think could get in there and disarm the disarmer. He could like corner Shakur. If you can get Shakur against the ropes, like Oscar De La Hoya did with Floyd in spots, we get him against the ropes. He can't move. You've disarmed him, right? Like Zepeda's got to be on PED. His engine never stops. I'm not accusing anyone of PEDs. I would not be surprised if Zepeda. I mean, a guy like that size who cuts that much weight, who throws that many punches round after round after round, nothing surprises me. Nothing surprises me, Miran. Nothing surprises me. But I mean, that would be the fight. If anyone would upset, I mean, I don't know that Tank would be considered an upset if he beat him. And if Tank beats him, we all know how he did it. He timed him and hit him with the left hand. You know, like that's how it happened, and that's how it went down. Other than that, he'd be losing every round. I think we all kind of agree on how that fight goes. The one that might be able to out-hustle him and break him down and win the fight over time is William Zepeda. Now, maybe Zepeda is just too slow, and Shakur Stevenson absolutely dog walks him, right? And he can't cut the ring off because he's too plodding. That could happen too, but that's such an interesting contrast to styles. That's such an interesting fight. Like that's the fight I'd want to see. All right. World of Wrestling, tell them where they can find you. I got to wrap this up.
You can find me on YouTube under World of Wrestling. Spell it out, World of Wrestling, all one word, and you'll be able to find my content for pro wrestling. I'm also gonna start covering back on UFC and start giving you guys news, rumors about boxing as well. I'm gonna try to implement a little bit more stuff on my channel because my channel is like not getting a lot of content except for reviews.
It's called World of Wrestling. That's your channel?
Yeah.
All right.
Just spelled out right.
Guys, go over to World of Wrestling, give them a like, share, subscribe, all the stuff that YouTube likes. Let me check my poll here. Let me check my poll. Hang on. Beterbiev wins 55-45. So Beterbiev, you guys like Beterbiev slightly. All right. I did not vote. I would have changed that outcome a little bit, but you guys like Beterbiev. I think it's a 50-50 fight. That's why I'm saying just bet the over. Just take the over 10.5. We're going over 10.5 in that. All right, y'all. Appreciate you. Shout out to my boy World of Wrestling. I thank you for coming by and dropping on, giving us those UFC picks. It's February 18th, 2025, from Texas to the world. Let me get through. Let me get through the rest of these. The modern fighters emulate Duran. Duran had skills to neutralize slick, fast guys. Yeah, Duran, like they tried to, but Duran was one of the greatest fighters you're ever going to see. He had skills from the outside, and then obviously on the inside, he had tremendous power on these short. Like Duran, yeah, I think guys try to emulate, but he was a unique guy. Like it's hard to Duran. The guy I think does the best job, Chocolatito Gonzalez. I would say that's the guy that's come closest to emulating Duran. A little guy. Who would be the favorite in a Tank or Shakur? I think Tank would be the favorite, like because people like knockouts. I think Tank would get him too, maybe. Like, could Shakur survive all 12 rounds? Yeah. Would he? Probably not. I think at some point Tank gets him, but it could be a boring 120 to 108 fight where it's a snooze fest and Tank can't score and Shakur runs out the clock on him. All right. Yes, it's what I was saying. You have to have an elite jab to cut off the ring. Yeah, you have to. You have to have a great jab, and then you have to be able to disguise your punches too. And you have to throw in volume. One punch at a time isn't going to do it. You have to distract them, double jab to the body, and then bang, hit him with the right hand over the top. You got to distract him. It can't be one shot at a time. But he shuts your volume down so much by making you miss and countering you that you don't want to throw anymore. You got to be dogged, determined, and just not get deterred by him pot shotting you, right? Stick to it, throw in combinations, mix things up. One shot isn't going to do it. You're going to have to, like I said, distract them. You're going to have to blind them with things. You're not going to hit them with a jab, right? Like it's not that easy to hit. I can't believe Gary thinks Shakur is better than. I absolutely, under no circumstances, says that Shakur was anywhere near as good as Floyd Mayweather, Oscar. I know that you're trolling me, but no, Shakur is not better than Floyd, Oscar. Floyd is levels and levels and levels ahead. Oscar, that's because he's better than Floyd, bro. Oh, shots fired from Muscle. I like Shakur too, but Floyd, lightweight Floyd against current Shakur, Floyd washes him. All right, y'all. February 18th of Texas. We can carry this, guys. Join the Discord. Come on over to the Discord. We'll carry on this Floyd versus Shakur debate, which I don't even know how this is a debate. Let me check my poll one more time. I haven't ended it yet. Let me see if it's changed at all. Hang on. Where's my poll? Here it is. It got wider, 58-42. All right, I'm gonna end the poll now. Beterbiev wins actually by a fairly wide margin. Y'all like Beterbiev. All right, y'all. From Texas to the world, thank you and God bless.
Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3D Boxing is on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.